Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's severe weather update. So, our relentless severe weather pattern continues today, as the Storm Prediction Center has issued a level 4 out of 5 moderate risk of severe weather across southern southeastern Missouri, southern Illinois, southwestern Kentucky, through northwest and central Tennessee in the red shaded region today. We have a large enhanced risk of severe weather, a level 3 out of 5, from northeast Texas through southeast Oklahoma, most of Arkansas, central southern Missouri, southern Illinois, southwest Indiana, much of Kentucky, far western North Carolina, most of Tennessee, and northwestern Mississippi in the orange shade area, a slight risk from central Texas through the mid-Atlantic, southern Ohio Valley, and central Midwest, and a marginal risk covering most of the eastern half of the United States today. And taking a look at our probabilities of tornadoes touching down within 25 miles of a location today, unfortunately, we once again have that 10% significant chance of a tornado touching down within 25 miles of a location across much of central eastern Missouri, southern Illinois, southwestern Indiana, much of the state of Kentucky, and much of the state of Tennessee in the yellow hatched area. Make sure you're on guard for numerous tornadoes once again today. Several of them could become EF2 or stronger across the yellow hatched area today. So if you live in areas like Jefferson City, St. Louis, Rolla, Lebanon, Springfield, West Plains, Poplar Bluff, Cape Girardeau, Missouri, Carbondale, Mount Vernon, Illinois, Jasper, Evansville, Indiana, Madisonville, Bowling Green, Elizabethtown, Kentucky, through Clarksville, Nashville, Tennessee, make sure you have your tornado shelter plan in place today, as several tornadoes are once again likely across this region. We have a 5% chance of a tornado touching down within 25 miles of a location, extending down through central northeast Texas, southeast Oklahoma, most of the state of Arkansas, northwest Louisiana, northwest Mississippi, most of Tennessee, far western North Carolina, eastern Kentucky, southern Indiana, Illinois, and much of southwest and northeastern Missouri. Make sure you're on guard for some scattered tornadoes if you live in the brown shade area today, and this includes areas like Dallas, Little Rock, Memphis, and Louisville. And then make sure you're on guard for an isolated spin-up tornado all the way down towards areas like Austin, through Huntsville, Alabama, Charlotte, North Carolina, Cincinnati, Indianapolis, and Springfield, Illinois. And also around Des Moines, Iowa, through Sioux Falls, South Dakota, in the dark green shade areas. Taking a look at our damaging wind threat today, we are unfortunately looking at the potential for a derecho today across southern Missouri, southern Illinois, southwestern, south central Kentucky, and central Tennessee, as the Storm Prediction Center has issued a 45% chance of damaging straight line winds of 58 miles per hour stronger within 25 miles of a location across the pink shade area for today. If you live in Lebanon, Rolla, Farmington, Carbondale, Cape Girardeau, Sykeston, Poplar Bluff, West Plains, Paducah, Murray, Hopkinsville, Madisonville, Bowling Green, down through Union City, Paris, Murray, Clarksville, Gallatin, Nashville, Murfreesboro, and down through Cookeville, Tennessee. Make sure you're preparing for a derecho today, as widespread damaging winds are expected across this pink shaded area. And several of these wind gusts are going to become 75 to 80 miles per hour as well. We have a very large 30% damaging wind risk across northeast Texas, southeast Oklahoma, almost all of Arkansas, far northwestern Mississippi, the rest of the state of Tennessee, far western North Carolina, most of Kentucky, southern Indiana, southern Illinois, and the southern half of Missouri in the red shade area. Make sure you're on guard for numerous damaging to destructive wind gusts if you live in the red shade area. This includes areas like Texarkana, Little Rock, Fayetteville, Fort Smith, St. Louis, Louisville, and Evansville, Indiana, and Memphis, Tennessee. A 15% damaging wind risk in the yellow area from Texas through the mid-Atlantic and the Midwest and Ohio Valley, and a 5% damaging wind risk covering pretty much the eastern half of the U.S. in the brown shade area. Anywhere in this hatch risk, make sure you're preparing for damaging winds of 75 to 90 miles per hour. Destructive wind gusts in the black hatched area today. And unfortunately, taking a look at our large hail threat, we also have a 45% chance of quarter-size hail or larger within 25 miles of a location across southeastern Missouri, southern Illinois, southwest Kentucky, and northwestern Tennessee, in many of the same areas that are under that damaging wind threat today. So we could have both damaging winds and extremely destructive hail at the same time across this area. So make sure you're really taking this severe weather threat seriously if you live across southeast Missouri through northwestern Tennessee. We have a 30% chance of quarter-size hail or larger within 25 miles of a location in the red shaded region from northeast Texas through southeast Oklahoma, most of Arkansas, Missouri, southern Illinois, far southwest Indiana, south central Kentucky, through central Tennessee and today. Make sure you're on guard for numerous large hail across the red shade area, and we could be seeing isolated large destructive hail all the way down to central Texas in areas like Austin, Dallas, through eastern Oklahoma, southeast Kansas, through the Midwest, and through the Mid-Atlantic in the yellow area, with a 5% hail risk in the brown, once again covering most of the eastern half of the U.S. So if you live anywhere in the pink, red, hatched areas today, you need to be parking your cars in the garage, as widespread, large destructive hail is likely across this area today, especially the pink area, where we're going to be having damaging winds and large hail at the same time. You need to be really parking your cars in the garage today if you live across this pink shade and red shade area. So before we time out the storms, we're going to take a look at some of the current conditions. We already have severe thunderstorms breaking out across central Missouri around Jefferson City. Really nasty storm here, warned for quarter-size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts near Eldon, Missouri. And we actually have a considerable severe thunderstorm warning for the storm just to the west, with golf ball-size hail, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. So we are already seeing, unfortunately, dangerous storms developing this morning. And then across eastern Tennessee, this is not even in the main risk area for today. We have several severe thunderstorm warnings and a tornado warning west of Johnson City. Around Knoxville, Tennessee, we have a tornado warning for Morristown, a radar indicated with golf ball size hail. And then we have a destructive severe thunderstorm warning around Rutledge for golf ball size hail and 80-mile-per-hour winds. This is the kind of dangerous weather we're going to be dealing with today, especially further west. And then another destructive severe thunderstorm warning for Morristown with golf ball size hail, 80-mile-an-hour wind gusts, and destructive damage threat. And towards Clinton, Tennessee, quarter-size hail, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. So we are already seeing dangerous severe weather this morning outside of the main risk area. Now, timing out the storms for the rest of the day, as we go through the next several hours, going through about 10 o'clock, going to be seeing a potential derecho materialize across central Missouri with the comorbid threats of extremely large hail and extremely strong damaging winds, as well as our storms across eastern Tennessee. And then going through about noon, 1 o'clock central time, very large destructive hailstorms are going to develop in southwest Kentucky, maybe around St. Louis, Missouri, far southern Illinois. And then going into 1, 2 o'clock, storm coverage is just going to explode across Kentucky, northern Tennessee, southern Illinois, southeastern Missouri, northeast Arkansas. We're going to be seeing multiple destructive hailstorms develop, numerous tornadoes with these semi-discrete cells, and destructive wind gusts of 75 to 90 miles per hour. This is going to be a dangerous day for severe weather, so you need to be really preparing for the severe weather threat across the Tennessee Valley this afternoon. Into 4, 5 o'clock, the same continues with just widespread destructive hail, destructive wind, and numerous tornadoes occurring across most of the Tennessee Valley. Going through 6, 7 o'clock, we see more of that widespread derecho threat across central Tennessee from Memphis through Jackson through Nashville. Very strong MCS back into Missouri as well. Going through 8, 9, 10 o'clock, our likely derecho pushes through southern Tennessee with another MCS possible in southeast Missouri, southern Illinois behind that. So just not looking good today. Going into 1 a.m., the storms are going to push into the south. Going into Georgia, northern Georgia, Alabama, the Carolinas, could be seeing our derecho push down here towards 1 a.m. Central, 2 a.m. Eastern, 3, 4, 5. Derecho continues across northern Mississippi, Alabama, northwest Georgia, maybe even get down towards Atlanta as we go into 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 Central tomorrow morning, before finally slowly weakening through the day Thursday. So once again, our relentless severe weather pattern continues across the United States. Make sure you're preparing for a derecho today across portions of southern Missouri, Illinois, Kentucky, Tennessee, and I wouldn't be surprised if this derecho goes all the way down towards areas of northern Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, and the western Carolinas through the overnight hours, as well as large destructive hail and numerous tornadoes. Thanks for watching. Please stay safe and have a wonderful day, my friends.